Hello world, I'm your host Bunny and I'm here to welcome you back to Awesomenauts. We're playing through all the characters at least once to show them off and give a good feel for them. This time we're doing the Space Cowboy, also known as Lonestar, now that I've finally learned his name. Lonestar is a pure pusher that has a hyper ball at his service that will just push back anything that gets in its way. It's really amazing, and he's also running with dynamites, which seem weak to begin with, but can be upgraded with what's called contact detonation, if I'm not mistaken. That gives them damage boost to the dynamite itself and a slight dot on it as well, which results in amazing things that we will be seeing later. As far as right now goes, I started with getting the money upgrade, which gives me 2 solar per tech, because I'm gonna need quite a lot of money in the end. Lonestar is rather money heavy compared to other characters. And we're just doing some minor pushing for starters. For some reason everyone ran, so why not? We should now have 185, which is how much we need for our dynamite. Well, we don't need 185, but I'd like to go back at roughly 185, 185 even, because that's the feeling I get is that that's about the average of what abilities will cost. So the dynamites, you throw two at a time, and they're currently not that great. I will also point out, since it took me about, I don't know, a couple of days of playing Lonestar to figure out that if you hold the button down for throwing the dynamite longer, he will throw it further away as well. Basic gameplay logic didn't catch on quite well. You'll also notice that Lonestar doesn't have a very high jump, but instead he can double jump, giving him a lot more control. As well as when you get the speed upgrade for him, he gains the ability to triple jump even. And he's rather low on HP, but he's very defensive and can take care of himself very well. Also, I'm here having a standoff with Clunk, who clearly has a lot more health than me and will kill me if he catches me. So let's just not let him catch me. I'm trying to get a dynamite away because I'm a brave soldier. And now we run. Time to get some health up. I think I can afford speed for this time. So we have the triple jump, and we gain a lot of mobility, which is needed, in my opinion at least. Even though you have the whole hyperbole going on later on, it's always nice to be able to run. And I didn't quite get the dynamite out in time. Clunk comes from behind. He has a lot more health than any of us, but that's not gonna stop anyone. Keeps missing my dynamite. Or rather, he keeps dodging away from my dynamites. They don't do too much. I think they do 20 damage per dynamite at the moment, which is not that great. But it's not an early game character at all. Lonestar is very much focused on late game, which is interesting to see in this kind of game. He needs his hyperball up, he needs his dynamite up, the dynamite needs upgrades, so does the hyperball, because the hyperball will do exactly 0 damage before you upgrade it with explosion on death or damage on pushing, at which point it starts just getting better and better until it's really crazy. So we have Froggy G against us, and with us. We have Clunk against us and with us. And this is actually a mirror game, I just noticed, which will make it all the more interesting. This is also again that map that has only one single lane, which makes it, I don't know, I don't think I like it too much, because again, what on earth was going on? He was just waiting for me, the rascal. Anyways, I don't think I like it too much, because when the first lane is done, it's all about this upper lane, and you just continue on one lane, because all the bots go upper, except the flying ones, and they're not that consistent. Here we have contact detonator even, which will give us a nice boost to the damage output. It's what I prefer to take first, even though most people will swear by the Hyperball because of the pushing capabilities, but I felt that in this game we don't quite need it, because we have Clunk, and he's doing a really good job at just keeping them at bay. That said, we will be needing some pushing, and here our bots left us mid-fight, and Semal has joined in, a couple that I played against a fair few times, which makes it all the more fun to beat people you've seen before. And we're also facing up with Hobo Cannibal as Clunk. Why the hell not? A little bit of dodging. I'm not gonna leave, even though I'm on low health, but I don't wanna engage Clunk too closely either, because he will literally eat me up. Wasting some dynamite. Well, not wasting, it's just on a cooldown, but throwing them away haphazardly. I think I saw Clunk go up here, so let's go chase him. And here's the health I needed. Clunk has left the building. And for some reason I decide to throw dynamite into a wall. Clearly I was not made for this character, but I digress. Here we see Clunk self-destructing and landing in a stun. Not very good for him, very good for us. We have also now Coco has joined in the game, which will make this all the more interesting. We're facing up with Froggy G. I know he can take me due to his stun and low cooldowns, but that's not going to stop me from harassing him a little bit, keeping him on his toes. And Coco hurts. Let's go back to base. I already have 250 solar saved up, so more contact detonator. You will see why in just a second. Well, in a few seconds when I get back to the lane. The contact detonator with 2 upgrades does some amazing damage. I just need to hit something with it, which is clearly my main issue here. We have Clunk flying around, he's stunned, so let's throw him in, and there goes most of his health, thanks to 2 contact detonator dynamites. And we take the tower down hopefully. Throw dynamite in, and there's someone went up in smoke in the middle of it all. Froggy G went down. This is also, I've noticed, probably the hardest place to push, even though it's one single lane, because, well, it's one single lane. Everything comes in here. The bottom lane bots as well as the flying bots will be coming at the same time. And I think I actually missed the chance to take out Clunk there when I was standing up there stunned, but I feel Clunk on our side can handle it himself. We have Coco defending. Froggy G went in a little bit, runs off, and there's my full health again. Waiting for Coco, missing Coco. Those 2 could have killed her outright. And now I'm just throwing the dynamite for whatever reason. Just trying to keep Coco away while we push the towers. Froggy G running back again. Coco running off. And not quite. So, no one's coming back. Throwing a little bit more dynamite. As the dynamite actually now reaches the tower. Get a feeling I should be pushing the lane a little bit more than I do, but it's easy to get distracted in this game when you have the opponents just flying around and shooting at you, because it's so easy to get away from damage due to all the mobility and all the jumping that you get a little bit too excited sometimes, I feel. which is a self-control issue. There's nothing more than that, obviously. We now have 3 dynamites and the hyperball, which will be enjoyable. And hitting Coco, Coco takes a good beating, hyperball comes in, and we've got them all gathered up, giving us free roam. Coco had to run off, we keep pushing them with the hyperball, and keeping them in the air with dynamite. I would say Lonestar has now reached the level of being very, very annoying to everyone, especially Clunk, who has his self-destruct that he relies so heavily on. Just sending a hyperball straight into him when he tries to explode on you, just sends him flying, making him only deal damage to himself and nothing else. We've also been joined by a healer here, which is, for better or worse, not really needed right now, but nonetheless. We have Clunk at full health back again. That is 1 dynamite hit taking off a good 1/5 of his health, let's say. And there he dies from my dot. Very, very nice. So this lane gets pretty hard to push because we have bots coming from the bottom that you need to take care of. At the same time you need to be pushing the top with bots. So it's a bit weird to play this map still. More bots coming in at least. And so is Coco. Sending a ball off. There's Froggy G. There's Coco. Coco gets away. Maybe pushing it a little bit too far. If that bull had been exploding, she would be dead, but that's my own fault for not taking care of. And now I'm the one who's in deep trouble, saved by my own bull. Throwing dynamite, hitting Coco actually, missing Froggy G, but someone died and I'm proud of that. And we add lifesteal to our dynamite and an explosion to the ball, so now the ball will actually do some damage, and the dynamite, when thrown properly, which I clearly am not very good at, will actually be really useful to keeping me up as well. And down goes Clunk with a ball explosion. Go. For some reason the dynamite also sends the flying pods down to the ground. I'm not sure why, but it seems our enemies have left us and gone somewhere else. Still standing on defense. Tower went down. I think the bots actually took them down, or maybe I just missed what actually happened. We have Coco being very optimistic, Clunk coming from behind trying to kill me, running off, dynamite out, bull saving me, and off I go with them on my tail. Again, Lonestar has a very high survivability due to that bull. There we go, the bull has now been upgraded to Hyperball 2.0, which makes him bigger, stronger, and with an eye patch, according to patch notes. More dynamite, more bulls, missing everything, really useless. That's me and Lonestar. Someone died, I think it was our healer that went down. Both of our team went down, and that makes me all alone. Which just tells me it might be time to retreat right about now. Hyperball keeping me alive, as always. Running back, throwing dynamite, hoping that he would be engaging, but there he is. Bull is out. I don't know where he went, he jumped up and he landed on the explosion. Done health, Coco trying to push me away. Hyperball. So we are 2 against 3 right now in here. Where did our healer go? Anyways, that's not gonna stop anyone. Clunk landing and exploding. Very clever. Didn't kill anyone though, but dynamite out. Clunk surviving just barely. And here's our healer back. Too little, too late, I guess, but at least he came back. More dynamites, missing everything. I really don't know how to use this dynamite. Where did Clunk go? There's Clunk. He tried to land on us again, missing and landing on a platform instead. Not very helpful. Throwing more dynamite, missing everything again. Hyperball out, explodes. Clunk takes down Coco with a self-destruct again. Let's go hunting for Clunk. Clunk gets away. Bull up, he's stunned, thrown straight into our tower, and down he goes. Hyperball, always useful to use from the back of enemies, as you can just push them straight into your lane and into the towers. Early game this is a very useful skill and most people swear by it. I prefer the dynamite for whatever reason. It's just personal preference, I guess. And that pretty much spells the end for them. Froggy G tried to drop in and died horribly. Push back, dynamite, and dead. And that's GG. And that was Lonestar, a character I do not know how to play properly, but with upgraded contact detonators, it made a whole world of difference. Anyways, I'll be right back with the next character. Stay tuned.